Welcome, lovely people. Please just bear with me a moment while I check all of my settings to make sure we're all good to go. And then we are going to have a look together at the new Aftershock and anything else that they have added with the newest update, which does appear to include a new boss, some new feats, some new rewards in the event tab. So that's sounding pretty good to me. At the moment, I cannot see the chat, so just bear with me a moment and then I will jump over and have a look at the chat. Can you guys put some yeses in there if you can indeed hear me? Because that would be good to know. There we go. It looks like my settings are all good. I'll just make sure that the live is actually streaming properly online because sometimes it doesn't pop correctly, so we'll just do a double check of that. No, it doesn't. I'm having like a weird thing happen with my channel, or at least with my computer at the moment. It currently says I don't have internet, but I'm able to connect to everything on the internet, so it's clearly not correct. All right, there is the live stream. We have live chat. And there are people. Excellent. Hello, Rayshawn. Hello, Darkbat. And we've got a yes, so that means I can be heard. Beautiful. Give me 1 sec. We'll just pop over to my phone. Try not to walk into everything in this room at the moment because my room is like chock-a-block full of a bunch of things that normally get stored in my wardrobe. But my wardrobe has to be empty until tomorrow afternoon now because that is when they are planning to fix the water leak. So yay! Finally. All right. Oh, yep, there's the live. Beautiful. We're all good. Okay, I can see the chat. Hello! And hello also to Junania? I don't know that I'm pronouncing that correctly, but welcome. And my mom said good day, everyone. All right, so we're going to log into, not him, into my main character, and we're going to have a look at all of the new things that they have put with the newest update. I am currently on the EU server because obviously that updates a few hours before it updates on the US, so let's go in and have a look. I do think I might have my sound off, so we might put that on also. Yeah, it's really, really quiet without the sound on, isn't it? There we go. So yeah, I have had a little bit of internet issue while I've tried to set up for this live, so if it does cut out, I will use my data and we'll go from there. All right, so this is what the pop-up says. We've got Fearful Day Aftershock, new content that is available for this week. It says, new event reward, complete the 2-week event to unlock the reborn proselyte accessory. Let's hope I'm saying that correctly. New mission, team up with Jon Stewart in the pursuit of Lyssa Drac, which is the new boss in the open world for Mogo. New Elite Plus, it says we can face tougher challenges in Fearful Day on the on-duty missions. New vendor rewards and feats. So if we visit Mogo for new Fearful Day rewards and feats, I'm hoping there's a style. I have not looked. We're going to have a discovery together. Then it's also got bonus, earn 3 times the Mogo berries and 2 times the Green Lantern Civil Corps commendations all week. So, not bad. We've also got a marketplace sale. This week, enjoy 20% off replay badges in the marketplace. Oh, we've got a pronunciation. It's Naya? Naya. Is it Naya? I'm going through the pronunciation the way you've written it there. Hopefully I get it right. She said it's okay, no need to correct my name out loud. Thank you. I do apologize. Sometimes my pronunciation is very Australian, or I go by the spelling and not by how it's actually said, especially if it's something that I'm not familiar with for Australia. Oh, that's right. We also have an artifact. So first things first, let's get the sound on because it's like a little eerily quiet, right? Without the sound, just a little bit, just a little bit. So we go half on these two and then full on these two in case we have some conversations, which we will need to hear when we get to Mogo, of course. Beautiful. All right, so first item we have is over here in the gift on the left-hand side, open granted item menu. It says we're getting a communicator from Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart discovered where Lyssa Drac has been hiding. Use this communicator to let Jon know you're ready to join his pursuit of her. Thank you. Claim, I will. Let's have a look in inventory and read what this artifact actually does. Oh, it is not. It's a mission starter! Okay, I was here thinking we're getting an artifact. I was a little too excited, obviously. In pursuit of Lyssa Drac. Okay, awesome. Let's have a look at the event tab before we activate that. Over here we have a new chapter. for Fearful Day, the Aftershock. I'm wondering if this is something they might consistently do across the other episodes that they release, or chapters, or whatever they want to call them, because they do seem to really like using the event tab to get us to play longer, and potentially we're going to be using that every time they put in a new boss into a new world. So I guess we'll see what they do. Over here we have the fully reclaimable, so this will be on every single character, the Reborn Proselyte accessory. So a style item. I don't know what it looks like. I'm wondering if maybe Meta Knight has let people know, because she would be the only one I can think of who would have been given access on the test server potentially. We're also going to receive a 20 pack of Mogo berries, and we're receiving an animator slag, so one of the catalysts that we can use for breakthrough on our omnipotence gear. So okay rewards, I guess. So hopefully everyone's going to be playing through Mogo anyway, because people are going to want that triple Mogo berry, which is very, very nice. Let's head over there now. So we'll warp across. Gaming Lazarus, hello. He said, hi, that girl from AU. How you doing? Long time to see you. That is true. It's been a little while. This new DCU update is good farming marks and skill points. I agree with you on that. It is good for farming marks. So it looks like over here is where we're going to be receiving our mission now, right? New mission. All right. First, let's have a look at the rewards they have at the supply officer.
Has everyone lost their sense of humor?
I don't know that I can purchase them. I don't have a lot of Mogo berries, clearly, because I tend to collect them on the US style on the US server rather than the EU server. But let's have a look. We've got Dark Keeper hairstyle. Oh, it's like it's Lissa's hairstyle, right? It's got very, very long down on one side and then short and kind of combed over on the other side and pushed behind her ear. I very much like that. I probably will have a use for it. It also has a little loose bit of hair right in front of the face there, which I too like. It looks a little bit more messy. What else have we got? Anything else in here? I was expecting a style, right? I thought we were going to potentially receive a style that we can purchase. Maybe not. No, it's just, well, I mean, the hair is technically a style. I'm not going to lie, I was hoping for a little bit of the Sorrow Lantern style, but that's fine. The Lissa hairstyle is perfectly fine. I'm really, really sorry, guys, that I can't purchase that for you. I probably can once I hit the US server, but seeing as we have to wait for a reset over there, we can't grab it right now. Let's go and grab this mission first from John Stewart and head over to, I believe it's
That's what I'm talking about. It might be a while before Arkillo tries anything like that again. But if he does,
Hank Henshaw, the so-called cyborg Superman, is wreaking havoc here on Mogo. I don't care why. I just want him stopped. Are you up for the challenge?
Of course, I'm up for all of the challenges. Accept. Thank you. All right, so let's go and head over to Hank Henshaw. I must not have collected the last time I did that mission, which is weird, because on the EU server, I don't tend to leave missions. Let's head over to where the arrow is directing us and do Hank Henshaw. Now, I do believe we're getting extra feats with the Hank Henshaw boss, as we do normally when they add a boss in like this. It should be, we defeat him once, then maybe like 10 times, then 20, that sort of thing. Let's see if there is another phase. There's a chance that there isn't, because, oh, there is, but I am in the full phase, which is interesting. Let's head to phase 3, see if people are doing him at the moment, because if they aren't, that's perfectly fine. We can head to do something else. I'm definitely not strong enough on my own to do him by myself. Maybe if I'm tanking, I could do it with one other person who does damage, but by myself is definitely not an option. So let's leave that just for a sec and have a look here. So, communicator from John Stewart. This is for In Pursuit of Lissa Drac. Let's activate this.
Lissa Drac's been at large since the incident on Mogo. We thought she went to deep space to hide out, and we were wrong. Turns out she's been on Mogo all along. I'd like you to ride shotgun with me. It's time to bring her to justice. Lissa's not gonna turn herself in. We need to find her.
Getting pulled in by the yellow lanterns. I did see a couple of people come over here. I do wonder if maybe I started as a tank, if they will potentially start it as well. Let's give it a shot. Worst comes to worst, I get knocked out and we can meet with John Stewart to confront Lissa Drac, or Lisa. He said Lisa, right? Lissa Drac? I don't know the pronunciation on that one either because I read instead of listen, so, you know. Let's see. I know there's one other person here that might want to start it up there, and I did see a villain here earlier as well who may wish to join in, but who knows? I may not be tempting enough. They may look and be like, what is that girl doing? That's ridiculous. Which, you know, that's kind of a fair point. What am I doing? I'm trying, okay? I'm potentially failing. I'm sure once we hit the US server, it will be much easier to find groups because we often have quite a large number of phases open up in Mogo so that we can get it done. And also the time of day that I'm playing this really is when a good chunk of the people from EU are not available. So I'm sure EU will have a better time when there are more people who are able to play. It just so happens that I've done it immediately after reset, not necessarily the best time of day for it. So it does look like I'm at a kilo, guys. Am I at a kilo? I am. So I have missed Tenkenshaw. I stopped when I saw the skull and didn't go all the way to the arrow. Alright, let's attempt it anyway with these guys and then head over to Tenkenshaw. You know, like the intelligent person I am. You know what's kind of funny? I swapped phases, right? Thinking that I was trying to find people who might be doing
Green
keyboard.
Lantern's light.
And they I was in the wrong section. Yeah, that sounds like something I do. It did throw me off a little because we go straight over his path in order to get all the way over to Tenkenshaw, it appears. I'm curious where the new location will be, actually. I don't often go straight to a killer. Most of the time, I collect my mission at the start, go over to the first transport section, so where we teleport to, collect the dailies, complete those, complete the next daily in the other section, then come back. So I didn't really realize that that's exactly where I was heading. You know when you get used to following the same path all the time and you do it like half a week? That's kind of what I do. Oh, hello, Gus. Gus said hello, Shadow Lady. It's lovely to see you. Actually, he said hey, Shadow Lady. You know, different fun. Dee said, I've been watching your channel since 2024. I love your videos ever since then. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. I'm very glad you enjoy my content. I will say I've done a lot more live streaming in recent years and a lot less video, but I still love it. I think the live streaming is really fun because I get to actually talk to you guys live, which is really nice. And then if people have questions, I can actually answer them. Oh no, you went down, you went down. See what I mean? If I take this by myself, it would take forever. This is the damage amount we've got with two other players. I'm definitely not strong enough by myself. But yeah, I definitely don't want to leave these two in the lurch. You clearly need it. And we all know I don't, because I accidentally selected it just then. So hopefully this will just contribute towards my feat, which is nice. Oh, we've got another person. No, we've got more. Oh, no, it's not. It says Motherbox. Oh, that throws me off so often when I go for a count. Quizlet and Motherbox and things like that have the name above them, and when I see it from a distance, I think it's another player.
Not even close.
Gaming Lazarus says, I have 504 skill points and my goal is to have 700 skill points. Fair enough. Good luck. I don't think even my highest character has that many skill points because they became a little bit obsolete when I was playing on Switch and we started to get really heavily into the artifacts. I kind of stopped at, I think, 300 or something, maybe nearly 200, I'm not sure. It's been a little while since I've checked on Switch what I had. But, yeah, I have mad respect for anyone who's putting all the effort into getting those because they're not easy to get these days with not everyone necessarily running the content. Although I will say the private match has made it a little bit easier. I don't know if I can pick up when I'm taking I'm shocking at the because I usually get hit. Yeah, I can't pick up. Sorry, I tried, my dude.
Stand down.
Gert said, hope you were to go and get some sleep yesterday. I did get some sleep yesterday. Did I say I was tired? That's pretty normal. I mean, yeah, it does happen. And I did, like, I did my video one day, then I did live stream with Multi the next day, and then I had a day of, like, just editing a whole bunch of shorts. And then I had yesterday for me, may have been the day before for some of you, depending on what time zone you're in. But I did a live stream on Superman's channel where we were discussing the Superman movie, which was really good and funny.
Keep him on his toes.
And it was the first time we got to hear low-spec voice, which I loved. That was awesome. He was not a big fan of it though, because he doesn't like the way the game chat makes his voice sound. Honestly, I don't think any of us really like that. When you go live on someone else's channel, often the voice is pretty distorted. So I will say, when we did this specific live stream, my voice was the one that sounded the most clear, and Superman's was distorted as well, which is odd because it's done in the system. So that was a weird experience. Come on, guys, take a kilo down. We can do that.
Engineers income. Don't let them build any turrets.
Oh my goodness, I still have lasso on this character. I need to rework her. I don't use the lasso on my fire tank anymore, so I will be taking that out at some point. down. Let's head over and see if we can get the... Oh wait, this says meet with Jon Stewart, so this indeed may take us to the other mission for Lyssa Drac, right? Yes, it will. Alright, so hang on, let's go back to the journal, because I did activate that after. Let's go location. We want Haig Henshaw, this one here. So let's go this way and see if there are other players who are trying to defeat him as well. Now, I was expecting Lyssa to be the... Ooh, that might be where we're going. Ooh, that's exciting! Okay. Oh, yep, a lot of people in here defeating him already. Look at that, big group. I could probably do damage to this. Let's see if I can swap.
Move away from his
There we
heat
go.
vision.
Okay, Hank Henshaw going down. So we should see a feed pop at the end of this, I believe, because every time they introduce a new boss into an open world, we're going to get completion feats. So every time you defeat him, you should be getting, at least the first time you get 1 feat, and then, I don't know, I think it normally goes to 10 after that, defeat him 10 times, and then, I don't know, 20, 50, something like that. So, yes, we'll see. We should have at least 1 pop, so that will be good, and then we can go and have a look at the feats list. I will say I definitely have not completed all the feats to Mogo. This has not been my favorite episode, so deciphering which ones are new and which ones are not will be interesting. There we go. Defeat Hank Henshaw. We've done it once and we received 10 points. Thank you, guys. Beautiful. Let's get out of the way in case he respawns, and let's have a look at that menu so we can see what feats need completing. So in Fearful Day here, these ones are standard. Indigo Lantern. Okay, so I think it should be open world, right? Somewhere here. I'm so behind. Look at that. There we go. Defeat Hank Henshaw. We've got 5 times. 5 times? Okay, I thought it went from 1 to 10 or 1 to 20. So 1 to 5. I mean, 5 times in a row, you could get that done pretty quickly. That's not bad. I don't know which other feats might have been added in here, but I have a feeling if we go and do that Lyssa Drac mission, we may find some. So let's go back to the journal and activate that one. In pursuit of Lyssa Drac. And
Lyssa Drac's been
play
at
it.
large since the incident on Mogo. We thought she went to deep space to hide out, and we were wrong. Turns out she's been on Mogo all along. I'd like you to ride shotgun with me. It's time to bring her to justice.
Okay.
Lyssa's not gonna turn herself in. We need to find her.
This is a little exciting, not gonna lie. I mean, every time they add a new world boss, I'm a little excited. But this is the first time I've seen them add this sort of a thing in like what they're calling an Aftershock, which is, you know, when they bring the new boss in for an open world. So this is a little bit interesting. I've never seen this before.
My ring's picking up Lyssa's life signs inside this cave.
Okay.
Whatever she's up to, it ends today. Let's get in there and take care of business.
All right, let's go take care of business, Jon Stewart. This is kind of fun. Lazarus said, do you play DCUO games in the EU server or US server? I can help you in DCUO about the mission. I play on both, and Xbox and Switch, so I play everywhere that you can. But I will say today I am on the EU server, and that is specifically because reset occurs on the EU server before any of the other servers. So we get about 10 to 12 hours earlier than everybody else to be able to play through it. I think that's because they put the downtime at the time where people are least likely to play, which is in the middle of the workday here. So, but not for everywhere, obviously, just for Australia.
Picking up something up ahead. Darkness energy.
Okay.
That's gotta be Lyssa.
It could be. Let's find out, John. Okay, we've got some more Shadow Demons. This is fun. It's got a little bit of extra story, and I did want to know what happened with Lyssa afterwards. I thought I was going to have to find out in a vlog, to be honest. I'm glad it's actually in the game. Although this area is very familiar. I'm kind of interested. This is kind of cool. Let's go. I wonder if this is something we can complete a lot of times, or if it's a one-time per character thing, like the main storyline is.
Give it up. I have
I got too excited thinking this was an artifact though, didn't I? Got no chill. Got no chill. Oh, I agree. Smartest said they should start doing this with all upcoming episodes. I mean, I'd be happy with that. It's something extra and new to play, something interesting.
Get ready for a fight.
It's not a load-in, so it's in the open world, so I would imagine it's a one-time play. for the storyline. I guess we'll find out.
Blackest from the skies. The darkness grows as all light dies.
We need to go.
Yes, we do.
Crave your heart.
You could get some awesome thumbnails just from this cutscene, couldn't
Now.
you? We're running!
By my
We came all this
black
way!
hand.
Why are we leaving? What is the book she has? She's making it fall down. Oh, goodness me.
The
If this is like
dead
this
shall
short, though,
rise.
it gives us a little bit of storyline. Oh, no! Please be Esperanza. Is anyone else hoping that's Esperanza? And not Voivode? Oh, come on, no! That was such a tease! Oh! Please have more. If that's it.
We need to talk.
Oh,
Meet
thank
me
God
back
there's
at the
more.
command station.
Okay. I'm a-coming. That was such a tease, wasn't it? Oh my goodness. If there's not more to do, and we just go and talk to him and he's like, setting us up for the next episode. Ugh. Gaming Lazarus says, is this a new DCUO solo mission? I mean, we're doing it as solo at the moment, but it appears to be an open world narrative that we follow. My guess, but I don't know until we finish, but my guess is that it probably is one time, kind of like the main storyline, because it appears to be kind of like a follow-up to that storyline. But we will see when I've finished it if that's the case. I do not think it's a solo, though. Let's collect on our
You've
boss.
done well today. That said, Henshaw is quite persistent. Should he return to make a nuisance of himself, I trust you'll show him the error of his ways.
Oh, you are darn right I will. All right, let's speak with John.
Okay, Lisa was reciting the Black Lantern Oath. That's never a good thing.
No.
We're gonna need to put an end to her schemes soon. I'm counting on you to be ready when the time comes.
Oh, it's a tease. Oh, so bad. I want to know who that was. It better be Esperanza. Please be Esperanza. Oh, I mean, there's two things I could say about that. One, it totally got me interested and feels like a tease to me. But the other thing I want to say is thank God that's not a blog. I much prefer playing that in the game. Wasn't that great? Oh my goodness. I so just want to know who it was now. That has actually got me excited for the next episode. See, way better than doing the blogs. I know, Smartest said, damn, that's it. That's it! Oh! Oh! We've got to try and work out who the Black Lantern is. Nair said, my guess is Lucia or Esperanza too, haha. I don't think it can be Lucia, right? Because Lucia has, like, been consumed by sorrow and has made Mogo turn into a Sorrow Lantern as well at the end of that. So, my guess is that it won't be Lucia because we haven't actually experienced her death in the game. And I think that would happen for us before they would put it in the game like this. So, my guess is Esperanza. My hope is Esperanza, but I mean, they could have done Jack or Voivode also. But saying that, we're not in Kazmir, and Jack and Voivode were both in Kazmir. So, I'm thinking it's Esperanza. Oh, I hope it's Esperanza. Ah! Please! So, in answer to Gaming Lazarus, it is not a new load-in. It is just a little bit of storyline, which I am hoping they're using to replace the blogs. Because, I don't like the blogs at all. I find them annoying. I find the fact that they're separate from the game and people don't even know about them really frustrating. And the fact that people don't understand some of the narrative because of the blogs is annoying as well. So this is better. Man, I'm not going to get this name right, am I? Oh, hang on. She said, you can call me Yuna for now, or Yoon. Am I saying Yoon or June? I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm really bad at this sort of thing. If I don't recognize the name, then I just go off the spelling and the way an Australian would pronounce it. But I'm guessing that's Yoon or Yuna, which sounds beautiful, or June or Juna, whichever you like. But she said, dang, she looks so frightening. Why do I love this? Right? I love it! This is the first time that they've done something that's really got me, like, excited for this particular narrative where we're following Lucia. Because if that's Esperanza, I'm gonna be very happy. Not gonna lie. Junior said, been hearing, can talk on Group World Boss. Hello, Junior, and welcome, and thank you for being here. Yeah, Smartest said, I like how they're doing this part. I know, it was great, wasn't it? I wish there was more. We went all the way there and we didn't even get to fight anybody. Okay, yes, June and Yuna are good for now. Alright, sweet. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. I say too many names and then you say yes and I'm like, hang on, I said like 4 different things then. I wonder which one is correct. Okay, well that was just a little bit enticing, wasn't it? That was entertaining, I like that. I like that so much better than the blogs. Okay, so we can see that by completing one of these things down on the right-hand side, something we should probably all be familiar with by now, unless you're new to the game, we received progression over here. It looks like it goes for 10 days. I thought the opening mission said it was for 2 weeks. I mean, that is 2 weeks, right? They give us 10 days with 14 days altogether to get it done. So if you skip a couple of days, it's not a problem. So we will watch and see what the progression is for this and see what our reward looks like, because I don't know what this is going to be. I might have a look on Meta Knight's channel after I've done this to see if she is aware of what it looks like. Sometimes she gets stuff with foreknowledge of that, so that would be really handy. But at the same time, I try not to watch those things before I'm going to do a live stream where we're looking at something new, because I like to see it brand new with you guys. So, you know, let's have a look at the buyout on this. It looks like it started at 2,000 for the marketplace cash and has gone down by 200 in one progression. So that's not bad. And I mean, I could, hang on, can I buy it? If we can buy it, we'll have a look, all right? Because sometimes I've got some leftover money from the last thing that I did. So let's have a look, because I have a feeling we would like to see this, right? The accessory. So let's see if I can do the buyout. Purchase. I can indeed. Okay, let's grab it and have a look, guys. Go across to here. Reborn Proselyte accessory. Alright, let's have a look at the accessory in our styles. Oh, and we get a feat completion with 50 points. Not bad at all. Starts with an R. Reborn, here. Oh, it's a symbol on the forehead. Hang on, is it specifically the... It is, it's the symbol. I know some people who wanted this. It's a shame that... Hang on, let's go over here where there's no one else. It is a shame that it is not just a location marker so that we can put any emblem we like on there, because then we could use any lantern symbol. But I do like they've added this into the game, because if you do want to create Lucia, I don't know what you're thinking if you want to create Lucia, but if you did, you can now put this on her forehead, which is how she's been drawn for this particular episode. So I do think there are some people who will get a bit of use out of it. I'm sad that it's not just any emblem. And I know that because I definitely don't have that emblem on this character. I think I have none at the moment. But, and also the name of it is kind of a bit of a giveaway, right? I think my emblem should be on none. Yeah, none. So, I don't know. The way it glows is quite nice too. And it does have, I don't know if it's easy to see because of how dark it is, but there's a purple tinge behind it on her forehead there. You can kind of see a little bit of the purple. If I could go closer, I would. Smartest said, should have made that part longer, though. Way too short. I agree, but I will say, if they're doing that instead of the blogs, I'm happy with that. But if it's in as well as, and they're adding it in as a bit of the storyline as well, I agree. I think longer would be better. I will say it does do what I think they want, which is it hyped me up a little bit. Because I get to the point where I see Lissa. I get to the point where I see the Black Lantern ring on the hand of the person being risen. And I go, oh! And then it's over. So I'm left in a state of, oh, who is it? It better be Esperanza. Because out of all the characters that they have created and added to the game, she's my favorite. Even though she did very much go on about the all will be well, all will be well, all will be well, which I understand is the oath for the Hope Lanterns, and I get why. But it's like every 5 seconds, I nearly said Lucia, Esperanza, every 5 seconds is just a little bit much, you know? Alright, let's go over to the marketplace and have a look at the sale. It should be on replay badges at the moment. So if you're wanting to do anything on the US server, Xbox or Switch to do with the sale that they had previously, hurry, because in the next couple of hours we're going across to replay badges instead. It looks like that's the only thing on sale. Yeah, it is replay badges. So if you guys are in need of some replay badges, now is the time to purchase. Now, it did say that that was fully reclaimable, didn't it? Yes, it is. So this is one that you will receive on every single character once you collect it. I do find it odd that after it's been collected, it still says not collected in the event menu. right? It's not until you add it back into your inventory that it will say that it's actually being collected, which I find a little weird, but, you know, that's fine. Let's also read the other events information, because I do believe there's some, yeah, there's bonuses, right? I think we read through. Play this week to receive 3 times the Mogo Berries, 2 times the Green Lantern Civil Corps commendation drops from all Fearful Day missions and bosses. So I feel like this will encourage a lot of people to keep playing through the newest episode. And I don't know when the next episode is coming out, but I mean, we are getting through this year pretty quickly, so I feel like it should be relatively soon, right? I'm curious if... hang on. The way that we can find out if you can skip that little short bit of mission the same way you can skip the main mission would be if they put something in here that I can then select to block out my other characters from having to play it. It does not look so. So I would imagine that all of your characters can play through that little bit of narrative, but it also isn't necessary to continue the open world stuff. So that is also good, I feel. Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. I feel like that was everything that we needed to go through, right? We're getting extra Mogo Berries, we've done the boss. And we got the style item, which, you know, is, I mean, doesn't have a huge amount of use, but it will for people who are wanting to do Lucia. I'm hoping that this is proof that they will likely do this with all of the other Lantern emblems, because there's a lot of people who would much rather have the green or the pink or the yellow, you know. So hopefully they do that with other ones as well, but who knows? Who knows what they've got planned? I do like that it's an accessory. But I would also not mind it to be a headpiece as well, because if you're going to do a lantern and you want to have, like, the lantern emblem that floats in front of your chest, or you want the actual lantern accessory, this stops you from being able to do that. So having it as both a headpiece and as an accessory would be a little bit more beneficial for a lot of people, I feel, because then they can put both the headpiece on and also have an accessory to go with it if they want to. So I wish that were the case as well. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. We're stuck with what we're stuck with. Smartest said, I do prefer these compared to the vlogs. Yeah, I very much do. So if they plan to do that instead of the vlogs, I'm absolutely fine with that. And that worked, right? Because the idea with the vlogs is to get us excited about it. I got excited. I'm still a little excited. And I hope it's Esperanza. Because, you know, she's the best character they've created out of all of them. And they keep killing them off. So that would be nice if she kept, she stayed. I don't know. I doubt that that's a solo or anything, because we don't even attack anybody. But it's a nice little bit of narrative. Let's head back to the House of Legends. Did anyone, I don't know if we got a feat completion at the end of doing that Lyssa Drax storyline part. I mean, I could swap to another character and check it again. Which, you know, to see if we run through that narrative, if it does give us a feat. But I mean, for you guys can just rewind in the live and see that way. So, we don't necessarily need to. So, I think that covers everything that they've given us that's new. New boss, not bad. New sale, also not bad. Little bit of storyline. This seems like a really quick live stream, guys. I was expecting it to go longer than this, but we've covered everything, I believe. We'll swap to another character and just have a look at making sure that we can download that item on every single character. So we'll jump over to my dragon. One of my few male characters, who I've got to say, since I've been playing around with him a little bit, he's growing on me, right? I don't know, I kind of love him. And it's made me more excited about the fact that my next live stream, where we go from creation to 30, is going to be a male character. I don't know, I'm enjoying this. So he's over here. Let's see if we can, first, we're going to check and see if we can unlock it, because sometimes you can do that. So let's head to the accessories. No, I don't see it there. Alright, so let's go across to the events and collect it instead. Chapter, reclaim all, and we go back across. Yeah, so we have to collect it this way. Ah, there we go, 50 points for that one. Did I may have said that at the time, I don't know. But that's good at least. The one I don't know if we get a feat completion is if we do the Lyssa Drax thing, which, I mean, we could do that and double check. I'm actually going to do that. We've got to watch for a feat, because I was so engrossed in that storyline and got so excited, not gonna lie, that I did not pay attention to that at all. If there was a feat, so let's do that. Communication from
Lyssa Drax been at large since the incident on Mogo. We thought she went to deep space to hide out.
Yes,
and
we
we were
did.
wrong. Turns out she's been on Mogo all along. I'd like you to ride shotgun with me. It's time to bring her to justice.
Excellent.
Lisa's
Oh, wait,
not
I'm a
gonna
male
turn
character.
herself in.
Excellent.
We
I
need
can't
to
do male.
find her.
I actually have voice acted for male characters before, and they have
My
to
rig's
change all of
picking
the
up
pitch
Lisa's
because I
life
have a
signs
high-pitched
inside
voice.
this cave. Whatever she's up to, it ends today.
Okay,
let's
let's
get
go.
in there and take care of business.
You say that, but we're not going to take care of any business, are we? We're going to stand there while she reads from the Black Lantern book and has a black lantern come out of the ground, and then we walk away. I'm a big scary dragon. Okay, we're not going to try the male voice. It is not happening. And we just walk. All right, got to remember,
Picking up
watching for a
something up
feat
ahead.
completion when we do this.
Darkness energy.
Okay.
That's gotta be Lisa.
I keep saying Lisa. Lisa. Ugh. Either that or they're saying it wrong in the game like they do Lisa. Let's go. I love my dragon character. Oh, I'm so looking forward to creating my male character on the US server. It looks like at the moment that it's going to be Spider-Man, which is kind of exciting. I'm a little... I have one problem though. I have a box that I can open that includes the webbed chroma. And it is on the EU server. And I'm going to be creating my character on the US server, where I don't have that chroma. I'm a little sad, because I would love to use it for him. But, unfortunately, no. There are other ways to do Spider-Man. It's going to be fine if we do indeed get Spider-Man. Who knows? Someone could completely outvote Spider-Man. We've got a few more days. But, yeah. If we're going to do him, I so wish I could use that chroma on him. It would have been perfect, you know? Come on, Ice Dragon. I'm so low level here. I think he's like level 36 or something, guys. I mean, sorry, CR 36. So he's just a little bit slower than my fire character, you know?
Whatever's generating that darkness
But he
energy
looks
is
cool.
just
That's
ahead.
the main thing.
Get ready for a
Looking cool is
fight.
important. Okay,
Something's
okay. Feat
not
completion.
right
Feat completion. Watching for a feat.
Blackest night falls from the skies. The darkness grows as all light dies.
We need to go.
We crave your hearts and your demise
Now.
Run away!
by my black hand.
I love this. Oh. I'm gonna change my thumbnail.
The
It has to
dead
happen.
shall rise!
This is too good, right? Oh. Yes, please. No, I'm so excited. Feat completion, feat completion, feat completion. Is there any? I don't think so. Nope, nothing. We just go out of there. We'll head across to John Stewart and see if one pops there, and if it doesn't, then
We
know there's
need
none.
to talk. Meet
I'm
me
coming,
back
I'm
at the
coming, my man.
command station.
Okay. Oh, acrobatics. It's a little nostalgic for me. I started with acrobatics. And then I got massively into super speed, and I am still there. Still into super speed. Alright, so I suspect this might just be a little bit of narrative and not something that gives us a feat. I'm kind of curious to see what it looks like if I put the emblem on the forehead of this character, because with his different build, the placement on his forehead might be different. I'm going to check that. Hi, John.
Okay, Lisa was reciting the Black Lantern Oath. That's never a good thing. We're gonna need to put an end to her scheme
say that in
soon.
your opinion. My
I'm
character
counting on
currently
you
is a
to be
villain.
ready when the time comes.
He's an ice dragon
You've
villain,
done well
so I think
today.
he's fine with it.
That said, Henshaw is quite persistent.
Yes.
Should he return to make a nuisance of himself, I trust you'll show him the error of his ways.
So if I put this accessory on, I feel like the headpiece is definitely going to cover it, right? So that's a little frustrating too, because you can't have a headpiece and it, but it's not also a headpiece. Yeah, it's completely invisible. So I would have to take his headpiece off. Which, I mean, he does look cool with his headpiece off, because he's got the awesome Bane skin. But, you know. Alright, so no feat completion for that little bit of narrative, but oh my goodness, am I changing my thumbnail to that black hand. That was so freaking cool! I loved it. Alright, well, I feel like I've covered everything that's new, which, is pretty good. I enjoyed doing Hank Henshaw. I enjoyed doing that little bit of narrative. And the style, the hair in particular, I think I will definitely use. There may be some people who will also use this. let's just all cross our fingers and all of our toes that this headpiece is going to be available in other lantern emblems, and maybe that they make it a headpiece as well as an accessory, so that you do have that option of having an accessory as well. Because I feel like it'll get a lot more use if that's the case. I will definitely use it if they do a Rage version as a headpiece, because I would put that on my Rage character and then also have the accessory. I like the floating Rage emblem in front of her, so I would use that at the same time. So, yeah. Just, are all of your fingers and toes crossed? That's not smart if you're playing a video game, actually. Just your toes, guys. Smartest said, I started with acrobatics and switched to super speed for a long time. Then came back to acrobatics after I stopped caring that much for top damage. Well, I don't care too much about being the top damage. I just have an addiction to Whirling Dervish. Like, that's one of my favorite loadouts to use. It's such a good AoE, and you can use it very early on in the game and have good damage output there. So I get through the early game faster, which I like. But the main thing I like about super speed is that it has that little bit of extra speed boost in between combat and normal speed. So I can do a little bit of speed up every now and then and get to places faster. I just like being fast. So you probably will have seen it if you've watched me play load-ins with Multiverse. I come from Elder Scrolls, where I play a main damage, so I usually speed ahead of other characters and jump behind the enemy while the tank gets the attention of the enemy. It's not so crucial in this game because the way that the enemy attacks is different, but it's a habit that I've picked up. So being nice and quick and being able to get behind the enemy is something I really enjoy. And I will say I started playing on Switch, where I found super speed difficult to control because I was playing with it in my hand, the handheld, rather than on a big screen or anything like that. And it's very touchy compared to my other controllers. I think there is an option to change the sensitivity, but because at the time I didn't realize that super speed could be affected by that, and that would be the issue that I was having, I just kept playing acrobatics. The second I started playing on PlayStation and Xbox is when I realized super speed is so much easier for me to control. I'm so much more accustomed to it, and I am the kind of person who likes a movement that plays off of the environment. So flight for me is my least favorite because it's just floating in the air and doesn't play off of the environment, whereas super speed does and acrobatics does. I also found that playing super speed is really handy in this game particularly because there are no obstacles like there are in other games. You can run over things, up walls, inside, outside, like, it's just beautiful in this game the way it functions. From Elder Scrolls, where you have to go around things and where I'm trying to make my horse ride up of mountain walls, like, or mountain sides rather, this is very, very nice by comparison to that and to a lot of other games. Dobby said, are you able to find me on the game of DCUO? My name on the game is WonderBluff3049. I can try, but you'd have to be on the EU server, so we can try adding you. I don't have a friends list on this character, but I'll put it in and we'll see if you are on this server. Wonder... Blur. Oh, sorry, Blur. I read that as Bluff, didn't I? I thought that was an F. It is an R. 3049, so let's give it a shot. 49. You do not exist. You are probably an EU server player, my friend. So I'm very sorry I can't add you, unless I misspelled it. It means that you are on a different server to me right now. And all of this update that I've just shown you guys will happen on the next shutdown for you if you are on Switch or Xbox, or if you are on the US server. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful, a little informative, a little exciting, because I really enjoyed that little cutscene. That was nice. I wish it was a little longer, but honestly, when the hand comes out of the ground, guys, please be Esperanza. Ugh, okay. Esperanza coming back would make me happy because I don't like Lucia very much. Her storyline, like, I don't mind a good redemption arc and everything, but I feel like she missed her redemption arc completely when she became a Sorrow Lantern and isn't paying recompense for the things that she's done in the past. So that I find very frustrating, and I don't enjoy her character. I don't like her, and I can't follow her. And that's even as a villain. I like following characters who are villains, but I want them to get their comeuppance, you know? And I feel like she didn't get comeuppance, and now she's past all of the things she had to do. Ah! So bringing back Lucia would make me happy. Fred said, good everything? Good everything to you too. That's just for the day and the night and the whatever time of day people are experiencing, I assume. Junior said, sorry playing... Oh, because he didn't say hi to my mum. That's fine. My mum completely understands that when there's a live stream, people pop in and out. she does the same sometimes, pops in and out. You know, bathroom breaks and having a drink are necessary. So, anyway, all of that being said, hopefully this was interesting, informative, and gives you guys a little bit of excitement about when it drops on the other servers, because honestly, that was interesting. I enjoyed that. So I will head off, guys, and I hope you all have a good whatever time of the day that you are up to, and that you enjoy this new boss and the new little bit of episode we can play, because that was kind of fun. Also, the rewards. And if anyone does get that hairstyle, I'm going to be very excited to see it on an actual character in-game, because that I'm going to use. I'm going to use that. Once it drops on the US server, I might chuck it on my character on there, because I really like it. Anyway, I'm a rambler, aren't I? I just keep talking. Have a good one, guys.